Welcome back to Z-Grill's Taste the Smoke. Of course, my name is Tommy, and I will be your host on today's show. And it is going to be a special holiday show for that perfect turkey. So the channel has done many types of turkeys in the past. I've done dry brines, I've done wet brines, I've purchased brines and tried them that way. I've even mixed up my own brine and did my turkey up like that. That said, I thought it would be fun basically on today's show to go back to the basics. I am talking about doing up a turkey the way maybe your mom or maybe your grandmother did many years ago. So we are gonna take all those brines, throw them out the window, and do the bird up like yesteryear. And I gotta tell you, I am really looking forward to this. As we take a look at the board here, you can see some of the produce, some of the spices that you have may seen in the past. Of course, we've got some carrots, we've got some celery, we've got onions, we've got apples, we've got a little bit of potato, and then we definitely have our spice pack of all the good stuff that you are going to put in the turkey. So basically what I want to do here is let me set up this board here. Let me show you how I am going to use all this, and let's start the show. Before we get into that goodness here, what I did want to talk about is the turkey. So the channel purchased a butterball turkey. This is probably the most popular turkey. And again, I've tried them all. So this has already been pre-brined, so we don't have to worry about any of that. So what I want to do here is let's get it out of the package and let me show you how am I going to season it up, how am I going to set it up. So this is a 13-pound bird, and like I said, it has already been pre-brined. You will get this little package on the back if you want to refer to anything that the bird has. First thing we are going to do is just get it out of the package. Now this has already been thawing in the refrigerator for the last 2-3 days, so it should be good and ready to go. And as you take it out of the package, you are going to want some paper towels handy. And the first thing on this bird, what we are going to do, we've got this flap here. We will get that moved down. Now, basically what you're going to want to do is reach inside this cavity. We've got a little bit of ice in there. We'll get that removed. And we've also got the neck in there. Guys, at that point, you're going to want to reach around in the front to make sure there are no goodie surprises through the front cavity. Usually there is a packet in there. We will remove that. At this point, what I am going to do, I am going to start loosening the skin away from the breast meat, because we are going to pack that with some butter, some herb butter, and you will see that in a bit. And just be careful as you're doing this, because you don't want to rip the skin, but it is pretty stern. So if you're careful, you should be fine. And just kind of use your hand and just kind of reach all the way in there if you can get in there. What I want to do is put this on the side. Let's get our veggies on the board and let's take this to the next step. So for this next step, you can see here we've got some classic flavors here on the board. Now there really is no right and wrong here. You can subtract or add anything that you remember, or just use basically what I have here, and that is going to be a potato. I've got some carrots, I've got onions, celery, I've got an orange, an apple, and of course I've got a lemon. I've got some garlic in the house. I will bring that out in a bit. So look, once you get your garlic all cleaned up, basically what I like to do with this, I like to give it a squish down. What that is going to do there is that is going to help release all those oils, all that goodness in the garlic. That is going to help release it all. We will move that to the side. Next up, we've got a little potato. Everything basically here is going to be just a loose chop. We've got an orange. You know, a lot of this stuff, like I said, is going in the bird. Of course, we've got some carrot. We've got a lemon. And of course, an apple. So basically, once you get all this cut up, we will get this moved to the side. We will get our bird back on the table. And of course, just get some of this goodness here and just start stuffing it in. We've got some onion, Of course, we've got orange, we've got a little bit of lemon. If you want to squeeze it as you're putting it in, feel free. And this is just going to give some nice fragrance when the bird is cooking. And of course, we've got some rosemary, we've got some thyme, we've got some sage. Those are all your classic smells, classic fragrances, classic herbs of Thanksgiving. You will just get that stuffed in. And of course, do not forget that all-important garlic. Guys, that looks pretty good here. I've got a butter mixture in the house getting nice and toasty to use. Let me go get that, and I will bring you guys right back, and we will take this to the next step. So this is going to be 2 sticks of unsalted butter and 1 stick of salted butter, and we are basically going to fix that up. We are going to hit it with just a little bit of salt, a decent amount of black pepper, and of course we've got some granulated garlic. We will get that in there. Now obviously this is going to be an herb butter, so you're going to have to get some goodness in there, and that is going to be some thyme. And we will do a quick chop on this. And it doesn't take a lot. You don't need to overpower the bird. You are just looking to bring in some fragrance in right to the meat. We will get our bird. We will get it back on the board. We will take our butter mixture. And this is where a good gloved hand is definitely going to come in handy. You are going to want to take your hand with a nice helping of your butter mixture and just kind of reach it back and just kind of massage it into the meat. You know, there is no way of doing this where you're not going to create a mess, and that is okay. And just try to get it on, massage the meat, get it as far down as you can. You can use your other hand by just kind of holding the skin and just kind of pushing that butter. You see that butter moving down? And of course, you're going to massage the outside, get the dark meat. Make sure you get all that breast area. You can obviously stick some butter in with the goodness. From here, what you want to do is get some black pepper on the bird. I like fresh cracked if you have it. And then a little bit of salt. Now I am up on a rack like you can see here. If you didn't have a rack, you would sprinkle your leftover veggies and all that goodness that you cut up. You would sprinkle that on the bottom, then put your turkey on that. I've got the rack, so I don't have to do that. So I will take that goodness and just kind of sprinkle it around the bird. So look, that is basically it here. This is just going to sit on the side now for 20 minutes, a half hour, 45 minutes, whatever it takes. What I want to do now is we've got to get back on over to the Z. I've got a couple pellet choices that I want to go over, and then we will get the Z fired up. We will set that temp, get the turkey in, and from there's nothing left to do but wait. So let's take a look at some pellets for this cook. You can go with a Z-Grill's hickory. How about a Z-Grill's apple? Or my personal favorite is going to be in that Z-Grill's cherry. You are going to want to get enough pellets in for about a 4 to 5 hour cook. Set that dial to 300. Once that pit temp is reached, you can load up your turkey. Just be mindful of where your heat source is. You might not want to go right above that. We will monitor the pit temp set to 300. We will come out every probably about 45 minutes or so, and I'll bring you guys back because you're going to want to rotate the bird. And basically what that is going to do is that is going to ensure you some even cooking. Other than that, it is just a waiting game. We will see you in a bit. As you can see, my Z-Grills is holding steady right at that 300 Fahrenheit. it is time to rotate the bird as we have reached hour 1. And also noted, you could see we are slowly starting to develop a little bit of color on that bird. That is a good sign. We will just shut it down. I will see you guys at hour number 2. And on hour number 2, you could see the bird is really starting to take on some color now. That is a good sign. Again, a quick rotation. Just look the bird over. Make sure there is nothing burning. Other than that, just shut it down and we will see you guys hour number 3. So on hour number 3, we are going to do a little bit of basting, and you could see we've developed a little bit of darkness on that on the top of that breast there. We will make sure we get a good dose of basting on that. That is going to cool the meat down a little bit. But I got to tell you, man, this bird is looking absolutely incredible. I mean, look at the color, man. That is perfect. I am thinking we've got another hour or so. I like my breast at that 165 pulled, and also that thigh's got to be in that 175 range. Other than that, we will just rotate the bird back, give it one last look, shut it down, and I will see you guys at hour number 4. At 300 Fahrenheit inside the pit on a 13-pound bird. I know from past experience it's going to take about 4 hours to get to where we need to be. And as you could see, that color is absolutely perfect. I mean, it is not too dark and it is certainly not too light. And as we take a look at that breast, you can see we are a little bit toasty at that 170-ish. That said, the thigh meat, which is going to be the dark meat, which is definitely preferred around here at the holidays, is at that perfect 176. Needless to say, this bird here looks absolutely gorgeous. So what I want to do here, we've got to stop the cooking process, so we will get it out of the pan. I am going to get it all set up on how I would serve it for Thanksgiving Day. At that point, I will bring you guys back. We will give it a little bit of a slice, talk about it, and close out the show. So that there is going to be your start to finish no frills turkey. I mean, it can't get much easier than this. I do want to go in and give a little bit of a slice on this breast. And the skin is nice and crunchy. And there is our breast, is looking nice and juicy. Guys, we got to roll up the skin. We've got to take that taste test. So right off the bat, I got to tell you, you get the herbs in there. You get a good blast of the aromas of what we stuffed in the cavity here. This is a damn good bird that was so simple to do. And I would venture to say that I am going to do my bird this year exactly like this. I mean, it is a no hustle and bustle Thanksgiving bird, that is for sure. And guys, remember, as always, Z Grills will have this full recipe down in blog form, so you can go, right to the website, print out, get exactly what you need, and make yourself up a Thanksgiving or a Christmas or a holiday bird exactly like this. And I am telling you, your guests will be 100% pleased. So guys, that is going to be it for this show. We are going to close out of here. I want to thank Z Grills for allowing me to come back and cook for you guys. This has definitely been a fun cook, start to finish, 4 hours. And of course, no fancy brines needed. And that is going to end this show here. I appreciate all you guys for watching. Again, my name is Tommy, and until the next time, we will see you soon.